Let's jump right over here. I do apologize if things are a little sloppy and slow here and there. I am managing all of the equipment while commentating, while trying to keep communications going. So there's a lot going on, and I need to get back into the jive of this because I have not done this in a while. Oh wow, this is pretty handedly set up already. Beautiful. Let's do that, and we'll set it with a 2-minute timer. There we go. So, as you can see, Pr1nc is going in with Springtron. We just saw Marbles with Springtron. We're seeing Pr1nc now. I would definitely say that Pr1nc is a much more confident player with Springtron. Has a lot of experience with this character. Has actually managed to make Springtron work in matchups that don't typically work out too well for Springtron. Buster Beach is honestly a pretty scary stage in a lot of situations for Springtron. But he can definitely make this work out quite well. And I'm eager to see how he's going to be able to play things out. We've got the Roaster on his side. Both players coming in with Cooler Range, which, like that Boomerang you saw before, the Cooler Rain is much cooler, and rather than blow people away, it actually afflicts them with the Ice Element. And whenever someone is frozen, they have difficulty moving, they can't charge their arms. Basically, all you can do is block, pop rush, or punch your arms at a much slower rate. So it becomes a very heavy game of rock, paper, scissors, with your choice being significantly at a much significantly lower disadvantage than your opponent's. Which makes it a really fun choice. Excellent EMP in the last few seconds just to prevent any type of attack coming in from Frosty. And allowing Pr1nc to win that round with a timeout. Whoever has the most health at the end of a round will be claimed the winner. Unless they have equal health, in which case then we get a draw. Now, I haven't talked about the Roaster here. It's another member of the glove family, where Toaster's probably considered the best glove arm. The Roaster would be often considered the second best, where it functions very similarly to the Toaster, but it doesn't have homing, so it's purely skill-based. You do not get to rely on the weapon having a little bit of cruise control to get into position. But it does more damage, and it's faster. And also, most importantly, it gets a sick purple flame! We love purple flames here! Alongside that, Pr1nc has brought out the Tri-Blast, which is a 3-pronged explosive weapon of high volatile destruction, capable of just melting through foes and causing intense damage, which you are seeing Frosty kind of struggle with here and there. Frosty gonna get taken down, and that is going to be game 1 going to Pr1nc. Excellently done. Solid showcase. And we're just doing that quickly before things happen that I regret. Good. Beautiful. I'm on top of things. I'm on top of things as good as I can be. But yeah, so excellent showing from these two players. We kind of got a good idea on what they're capable of doing. There's still a lot of game left. It is a best of 5, which means that Pr1nc only needs 2 more wins, and Frosty would have to get the full 3 wins. As you can see, there are 5 possible places, or there's 5 matches up to that we can have. Kind of eager to see how this pans out. No, Frosty's big thing is, if he's going to change things up, it's how he approaches the fight. Unlike a lot of players, since he's dedicated to default, he doesn't change his arms up ever. He's got his stuff he likes, and he doesn't swap it around ever. So if he wants to win matches, it's how he responds to the situation. It's the stage. It's what he's doing. Pr1nc, on the other hand, has a lot more options, a lot more tools. He was able to use the Hydra there. Well, no, Frosty had the Hydra there, but he's able to use his weapons very effectively. Stuff like the Tri-Blast. Stuff like the Roaster. We'll see a bunch of other arms possibly come out down the road that he'll likely consider. He's got the Cooler Rain as well, of course. Like, he has full reign and freedom to swap things out as he likes, as he needs to respond to situations. Like, say a certain arm is giving him trouble, he can bring out a different arm to kind of combat it. Because every character comes with a huge, just a whole gambit of weaponry that's available to them. Every weapon you see in each match, every single other character can equip. And it shapes things up immensely. It really makes it hard to predict what's kind of going around. Outside of the predictable meta stuff of Toaster and Roaster are going to be supreme in most situations. Frosty is ready with a rush, looking for an opportunity to be able to charge in and secure some heavy damage. Pr1nc3 has his ready as well. Got the EMP going. He is trying to go for a few EMPs. Sees a good chance for the rush as Frosty has his arm disabled by the EMP blast. Out comes the rush, but a clean dodge with the hyper speed and a grab punish will secure Pr1nc3 another point. Oh, I see the problem here. I see the problem. We're gonna have to fix it on that side as well. Well, I'll fix that very quickly while in a moment. Or we can do that kind of right now. But yeah, so Pr1nc3 managing to secure another very effective point here. Looking to take Frosty out one more time to lead the score to 2-0 in his favor, as Frosty still got a lot of work to go to be able to bring himself back. That is player 2 score. That is player 1 score. Out comes the rush, but Frosty is able to safely block it, prevent himself from taking too immense of damage. He did take a lot of shield chip damage though, and that ends up making him a lot more vulnerable. Or that would have made him more vulnerable, but it looks like it's actually Pr1nc3 who's dealing with the shield pressure right now. As that weakened shield, Frosty could go for a shield breaker now. His weapons are actually very well designed for causing high shield damage. But I know that's not something a lot of players really like to go for. A little bit more damage coming in for Pr1nc3. He has made a full recovery. That pressure is gone. Frosty gets a full rush in point blank, 365 damage. He needs one more hit to be able to take Pr1nc3 out. All Pr1nc3 has to do is either time this out or get this rush to land, and he's going to be able to claim himself a second point. That is 2-0 in Pr1nc3's favor. Frosty a little too eager to try to close things out and just got shut down, because once Pr1nc3 had that rush ready and Frosty didn't have anything available, there was nothing he could do in the situation. Oh, okay, so what is happening here? Why is that number? Okay, now I've got to fix it on this side. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll just fix it this way then. The scores are being weird. That's weird. That's weird. So you're just gonna go up here. You're gonna go down there. There we go. That works. That should solve the problem moving forward. I don't know what was going on there. That was weird and a little annoying. But alas, Pr1nc3 is currently at a 2-0 lead against Frosty, looking for one more win to advance further in the bracket. Frosty does have the chance to be able to kind of bring things back, but it is definitely not going to be an easy battle, as Pr1nc3 is demonstrating. He knows the matchup, he knows what he needs to do, and he is executing his plays very, very efficiently. A big thing with Pr1nc3 is that EMP takes a while to charge up, and then you do have a few moments of vulnerability afterwards, so it is not easy to be able to get it going, even more so when you are lacking even more so when you're lacking a wind arm, which you might notice Pr1nc3 does not have. Typically, I strongly encourage wind element arms when you are playing as Pr1nc3, because that extended knockback is imperative to be able to give time and space to get guaranteed EMP charges. Instead, he does have an ice arm, which can still pretty reliably get those EMP charges off, but not nearly as easily as a Wind Arm. And then otherwise, he's got Tri-Blast and he's got Roaster. And those things do not guarantee EMP charges, but he clearly doesn't need them as he's just able to keep up with his pace, keep up with his tempo, and he's applying such pressure. Gets a little greedy there, and Frosty is going to capitalize. The Tri-Blast does quickly push Frosty back, and both are now on about even footing. Frosty does have a notable lead about... now it's even. Now it's nice and even. We got the EMP. Both are ready on Rush. Pr1nc is definitely in a position where he could have just held out his Rush, maybe expecting Frosty to try to go for something aggressive there. Just because Pr1nce's Rush would easily overpower Frosty's. But now Frosty actually has an opportunity if he can get some pressure, if he can start pressing against Pr1nc and keep him in that corner and prevent him from really having room to fight back. Frosty could actually take this back and swing it with a huge amount of damage. Pr1nc only needs 2 more hits though, or a charged Tri-Blast to be able to close things out. Oh, not even just barely off from the Tri-Blast. I'm mistaken. Now anything will kill though. Just a single hit. We do get the grab. Rush is ready. Pr1nc managed to farm another one. Out comes this Rush. He notices that Frosty just kind of goes for a wild hit, and Frosty does not have enough health to take even a single light juggle. And that is going to be rewarded to Pr1nc, even though he does get knocked out of this Rush. Huge opening from Pr1nc, grabbing Frosty and taking 150 damage right from the get-go. Deepening this lead with a Roaster hit as well. Frosty trying to find his way in, but you can see he's a little hesitant, not exactly sure on what he needs to be doing, as he gets caught again! The Rush just getting ruined by that grab, completely interrupted. Out comes a little bit more pressure. Pr1nce's arms starting to feel a little weakened, as they can also take damage if the attack misses the character, but ends up kind of shaving them to the side. And if you attack those arms enough times, they will fall down, and that will disable them and make it really easy to get punished. You can see Pr1nc is really trying hard to just bait something out and punish. He's capitalizing on the fact that Frosty is clearly nervous and trying to be very careful here. Does not want to make any risky plays. Not really sure what he can do in this matchup, as these deflects have just continued to be more and more troublesome. Trying to step out of the way, but the Tri-Blast is going to be able to bring itself back into light. And that is going to be a 3-0 for Pr1nc. Very close games here and there, but definitely in Pr1nce's control overall. And that is going to result in him taking this and advancing further in the bracket.